Yo, what up guys, beside me here. Raid has some new information to share with you regarding the upcoming new clan siege mode that will be launching in the game soon. But first, I want to take a look at the new fusion that just launched. I know a lot of people are skipping this one. I'm going for it on my main account, so I want to talk about some of his calendar, at least to see whether it's going to be easy, because fragment fusion are meant to be easy. So it's one of the things that just launched in game today. Crazy to see a fusion starting on a Thursday, right? So let's just go into it and see how it's gonna be. July 4th all the way to July 17th, that's how long this fusion will last. Whenever you finish this fusion, this is one of the ones where you get fragments, 5 fragments here, 5 fragments from dragon. You pick up all the fragments, don't miss up anyone. I want to really find if it's really worth going for, like whether you really want to go for everything or we can skip out on some events. I've not looked at the calendar, you're seeing it first time with me, so let's break it down. It's starting at the same time this morning, July 4th, Ice Golem launched at the same time with Dungeon Divers. No, so we're not farming the Ice Golem today. We have to wait until tomorrow. That's when the Dungeon Divers will start. So the fusion officially starts for me, and that's going to be Friday, tomorrow. That's the day you see a Dungeon Divers right here aligning with that Ice Golem. So there's no need to go crazy today, not farming anything, except you have energy that is overflowing in your inbox or is about to expire. You can throw it into champion training instead, because champion training is also starting at the same time today. So that's going to be a better one to start doing with the Bruce today, because champion training are usually a long one. You have 10 fragments over there to pick up from champion training. I'll do the math at the end to see whether it's necessary to get everything, whether there's any extra fragments hiding anywhere. Maybe I've already seen it. That's the extra fragments hiding right there. 20 extra fragments they are hiding if you can win champion training 2. And I even mark it an X, or if you can win champion chase. That's the only way to get extra fragments. So you know what that means. You can skip out on only 10 extra fragments. If you skip out on this 20, it's impossible to get that one. Should I even put that a red X? Where you understand what the X means? It's impossible to get this 20. You still have 10 extra fragments you can skip out on. You have 2 extra fragments, 5 each from 2 different events that you hate. Let's say you hate Dungeon Divers 3 and it has 5 fragments, you can skip it. So everybody's saying this champion is trash, this champion is bad, this champion is not worth going for. But then look at the event. The event is allowing you to skip 2 whole events. I'm talking Dungeon Divers 3, I'm talking Artifact Enhancement 3. If by the time you get there and you're all drained out of resources. So this is a very lenient fragment event. This is how fragment event used to be back in the day. They allowed us to skip 2 events or 1 event at least. But this one, I've clearly seen it right here, that you have 55 from the leaderboards, no, 55 from tournaments, 55 from events, and if you pair the two together, you have 110 fragments if you go for everything. So by skipping out on 2 things, you can then be at 100 fragments. This is really good news. This might sway a lot of people to now maybe want to go for this champion, because this fusion just got easier, way easier. That's why it's important to always look at these calendars at the start of the fusion before you start going crazy or before you decide to skip it fully. So hopefully this one makes you a little bit easier to look at, and knowing that this champion that can at least help you in content like the faction wars, because it's definitely going to be an easy one to obtain with this new information. Or it's going to be also helpful in as a champion that you can fuse during a clan versus clan tournament, or the next champion chase. That's what a lot of people should go for it for, and save these 100 fragments until the next champion chase or the next clan versus clan tournament with personal rewards to go for him. So that's Packmaster Shy'ek fusion officially started, and I've just seen the breakdown of everything right here, the big picture. Now let's go deeper to see whether there's any other trick that is thrown in here that we don't like. It started with Summon Rush today. It has 15 fragments. So if we go over to the Summon Rush, let's say you don't have shards. If shard is your problem, you can boldly skip 10 fragments from the Summon Rush and get 5. Let's see if the 5 is separated from the 10 fragments. I've not seen it this morning. Let's find out. Please give 5 and 10. 5 fragments, where are they? That's the 5 fragments. The 5 fragments still require you to go up to 2,350 points. That's 4 secret shards during Summon Rush and some mystery shards. That's still 4 secret shards though, for only Summon Rush. Then you can save all the rest of yours all the rest of your shards for the champion chase. Now the champion chase also might have 15 fragments. That means you cannot skip it. Yes, champion chase has 15 fragments in there waiting for you. So this is not one of those ones where you just keep an entire 15 fragments. It's not possible. You can only skip 10, and the 10 that you can skip is clearly shown maybe at this milestone. You don't like this milestone, you can skip it. But if you have enough shards, you could go fully for this one and then maybe skip some other 2 events also. So it all depends on you how many shards you have. That's if shards is your problem. If shard is not your problem, you have enough to get the 5 fragments from Summon Rush. That's all you need. Don't go crazy and go get the 15 fragments from Summon Rush. Maybe later in the day or about tomorrow, I'll do my own shard opening and see me opening 4 secret shards to get what I need. Do I even have 4 secret shards on my account? You know, since the last time we pulled secrets on this account, I've been trying hard to get secrets. I even have the clan boss resetting today. I've not picked up my rewards. Let's do it right now. See if I'll get lucky and add 1 more secrets to my pool that I need for this event. I'm trying to put everything into one video so I don't do 2 separate videos. One talking about this fusion calendar, another talking about the news that Raid dropped. I'll try to put everything together in one video, so I wouldn't have time to record multiple videos. I've gotten 3 legendary skill tomes in one day. No secret shard though, but 3 legendary skill tome is still a good one. All right, let's see. Is there any other thing that I need to talk about in this fusion besides the fact that Ice Golem is not starting till tomorrow, till Dungeon Divers 1 start? Artifact enhancement to cleanse all the gear you found from the champion training and the Ice Golem. This is the first artifact enhancement. It's coming up after the Ice Golem is ending, so that's nice. And Dungeon Divers is ending before Fire Knight, so you can use this Dungeon Divers to also farm the Fire Knight. So you don't have to use Ice Golem and champion training to complete this entire Dungeon Divers. It's usually hard. So you could wait until Fire Knight starts to start farming the Fire Knight if you have the time to now complete the rest of that Dungeon Divers 1. Dungeon Divers 2 also cuts into Fire Knight. So Fire Knight 1, you can stop farming immediately. You hit the required points for the Dungeon Divers 1 and then wait until no farming on Monday until Tuesday. That's when you can start farming again for Dungeon Divers 2 with Fire Knight. So once you are done with a lot of Fire Knight farming, there is champion training coming along again to help you farm a little bit more in campaign to get more Dungeon Divers points, and again Dragon at the same time with Dungeon Divers 2, all aligning. I'm trying to find crisscross paths right here to know when to stop farming. Basically, whenever you reach that Dungeon Divers point requirement, to stop farming and wait till the next one. They all cut across each other. And Dungeon Divers 3 will start at the same time with Spider. Hopefully, yes, that's it. So Dungeon Divers 3 will be used with Spider. And for those who are still doing champion training, yes, it still cuts into Dungeon Divers 3 if you're not yet done with champion training by the time the third Dungeon Diver starts. Artifact enhancement 1, 2, and 3 standard is the normal thing. I don't know if these lines are understandable, but you get the point. Just try to cut lines across it to see when Ice Golem starts. I'm always looking out for those Dungeon Divers and when they cut across those events. And yeah, don't go crazy and spend all your energy and resources in one day instead of pausing and waiting till the next day when the Dungeon Divers actually starts. That's the aim, so you don't go zero on your gems while trying to get this Fragment Fusion champion. All right, let's see the next part of the news. If we're done with this fusion information, it coincides with a guaranteed chance of getting a Shemnat. We've already talked about this yesterday. For those who have 150 ancient shards are going for her. I'm not. So the next part of the news that Raid announced for us is going to be regarding this upcoming new game mode. People are expecting that once the fusion is in there, let me see the fusion in the portal. Once it's in here, a lot of people are expecting the new game mode to also be here. So here's what Raid has to say about it. They are releasing a video that will tell us more details about this new game mode, and let me read it in detail about what they said, and we'll watch the video together what they say about it. They say, hey folks, as a brand new clan PvP mode, Siege, that's what they call it, will be released shortly, and they wanted to shed some light about the basic mechanics of this expansion feature, the layout of the fortress and all that good stuff. So that's the video we're about to watch. A little bit more hype. Well, it's almost launching. It doesn't say when it's going to be launched though. I think that we might find out in the video. Let's watch it together and react to it. I'll pause along with it. I'll always put the link in the description for you guys to go to the Raid official channel to watch the full video, because over here I'll be pausing to see what they have to say about it and what else and all the other resources. All right, let's watch together. Hopefully the volume is not too high.
Hey everyone, we hope you're hyped for this update preview, because we're covering a feature that has been on a lot of people's wish list for a while now. Clan versus clan PvP. Introducing Siege. This feature is the biggest overhaul to Raid's clan system since the game's launch. So there's a lot to explain.
We've already seen all these graphics. We've seen maybe they go into more detail in this one because it's about to launch.
Expect this video to cover the Siege basics, and then we'll dive deeper in a subsequent video. Sound good? Well,
the second video
get started.
is coming.
At its core, Siege is a new game mode that pits clans against each other in fierce PvP combat. We're talking intense battles, complex strategizing, clashes on multiple fronts. To take part in a siege, you obviously need to be part of a clan.
Yes.
And have reached level 45. You'll find Siege in the game modes menu, and any clan who has it.
That's it. It has its own entire menu. Now I was checking if it's already in the game. It's not. No, because it is still the last one. So I was right when I suggested, or when I guessed, that it will be an entire game mode. It will not be placed into arena, one part of arena like this. It's an entirely new game mode because it has a big, huge map, if I should call it that. So they are right to put it as its own entirely new game mode. But it's kind of really close to PvP. It would have been nice if they put it into those arena modes there.
At least one member at level 45 will have access to it. If you're below level 45, sorry, but this fight isn't for you just yet. Let's talk about the battleground where this mighty clash will take place. Behold, the Clan Fortress. This towering citadel is your clan's base of operations, and it's your job during a siege to defend it from attack, while simultaneously conquering your opponent's fortress. At its core, the Clan Fortress is a collection of different buildings and locations, joined together by a network of interconnecting paths. One crucial thing to keep in mind: the layout of the Clan Fortress is exactly the same for every clan. All the buildings and the paths between them remain the same across each siege. Strategy and customization comes from which buildings your clan chooses to upgrade. To do that, you'll require two resources unique to Siege: Florins and Mana Orbs.
Florins and Mana Orbs. That's what the clans will use to upgrade their fortress. Whether they want to upgrade the front ones, the first line of defense, or the main fortress itself, or the back line of defense.
You'll earn both of these as rewards for actions completed during a siege, but everyone will receive an initial stockpile so they can start developing their fortress ahead of their first battle. Any clan member can donate florins directly to a specific building to help upgrade it or repair it following a siege.
So it actually breaks after a siege. You have to repair it with these resources. This is where the communication within your clan in Discords and other channels comes into play. So you guys don't do individual things, individual actions. You have to all focus on what you want to upgrade and put your florins donation towards that one.
Building has 3 upgrade levels, and each upgrade increases the total number of champion teams that can be garrisoned inside it.
So if you don't upgrade it, you can put a lot more champions as your defense. At the basic level, it seems like it's just 1 or 2 teams.
Orbs work a little differently. You can keep hold of them, or they can be donated to the shared Mana Orb Cache, where the clan leader and their deputies will decide how they're used. Mana Orbs are mainly used to invoke various bonuses and conditions.
Okay, so the first resource you get is what you can use to upgrade help your clan upgrade whatever needs to be upgraded. But this particular Mana Orbs, only the clan leaders can use it to upgrade or give bonus stats, storm meter boost, whatever, to the teams that are in those defense states. So that's like a passive inside that content,
which we'll discuss a bit later. Moving on, let's talk fortress real estate. The stronghold is the heart, brain, and nerve center of a fortress. It determines the maximum level of all buildings on a fortress layer, provides huge bonuses, and more. Defend it at all costs. For the initial release of Siege, there will only be one fortress layer and one stronghold. Future updates will add extra fortress layers,
Wow.
each with a new set of buildings and a stronghold. A stronghold also provides a layer bonus, boosting the stats of all allied champions fighting on a specific layer. The only way to neutralize this bonus is to capture the stronghold, which could mean defending 18 individual teams when a stronghold is upgraded to level 3. You'll need some serious tactical brilliance to capture this command center. When it comes to upgrade priority, focus on your stronghold first. Other buildings can only be upgraded to the same level as your stronghold, so neglecting its development will really hamper your fortress's overall strength. If you manage to defend your stronghold,
I know a lot of clans will just go into the strongholds after this video once it's launched in-game and just max their strongholds to the maximum before anything else. I feel like that's going to be priority. This is all a lot of information, and as usual, it will take us some time to get used to it. Once we begin to see it in-game, maybe you leave it up to your clan members or clan leaders to figure this out and tell you what to do, or you can understand this yourself or know your best teams. I'm just trying to see how many battles it will take to beat all this content. Is it a battle we can try again and again? Let's say I try a battle like Arena, I fail. Will there be keys I'm required to use a battle? That's what I'm trying to see.
capture your opponents during a siege, everyone in your clan will earn extra rewards once the siege ends. Next up, mana shrines. There are 2 of these magical buildings currently in the fortress, and defending them nets everyone in your clan some additional goodies. Mana shrines don't provide any bonuses like a stronghold, but they can be enhanced by the bonuses provided by other buildings. Attackers can also re-battle any defeated defense teams that are stationed within a mana shrine to earn additional mana orbs. Direct your strongest assault squads here and reap the rewards. From mana shrines, we move to Magic Towers.
Tower.
These arcane keeps can have up to 4 champion teams stationed within them, and they will apply powerful bonuses to those inside. Not only that, but any buildings directly connected to a magic tower via a path will also receive the same bonus. You can tell which buildings are connected by these magic paths on the map. See the different color? One thing to note, you cannot use the same bonus across multiple magic towers, so mix and match depending on your current strategy. We go to the magic tower.
This is a lot of information. Like I said, we'll have to wait to see it in game to digest it. For now, it's just sounding like all too complicated right now, to be honest.
Or sturdier sibling, the defense tower.
But I guess those who are already in love with high level arena platinum levels will really appreciate this new game mode and try to compete in this content, I think.
Also have a maximum of 4 team slots inside and provide a special defense tower bonus for any champions hunkered down inside. The same bonus rules apply here. You cannot use the same bonus across multiple towers, but you can select a specific bonus for each tower. So pick the one most suited for the teams you've got garrisoned within. Finally, we have posts. These aren't technically buildings. They're more like important tactical locations within a fortress. Bridges, palisades, crossroads, choke points. Places where a band of warriors can mount a heroic defense. Posts cannot be upgraded or destroyed, and they can only contain 1 defense team.
So that's where your weak defenses go. The weakest champions or the weakest players in your clan, they can just add their champions to the post. So
They are affected by all external bonuses from the stronghold and magic towers, and each post has a specific battle condition that will affect both the attacker and defender. More on those later. So that's all the buildings covered. Now let's explore bonuses. As the name suggests, bonuses are special boons that will help your defense team stand strong against the enemy assault. Bonuses are grouped into categories, with you unlocking more as a building gets upgraded. As a general rule, the higher the bonus category, the better the bonus is. For example, a Category 1 Stronghold bonus may cause champions to reflect 30% of the damage they receive, but they need to be part of the Talarian League or Gale Impact for it to apply.
I knew there will be conditions. That's why when I posted my first video saying res only PvP arena mode, I knew there will be conditions for getting these bonuses. They can't just give you bonuses for just like that. Even those posts, they say there will be conditions. So this might not make you just put a bunch of your best champions in the arena now. This might make you want to put specific champions who match a specific purpose, factions, affinities, damage, attack. Damn, that's a nice condition to gain a bunch of stats from.
Category Tier 3 version of the same bonus will reflect the same amount of damage, but it will apply to all champions, no matter the faction. The higher category bonuses will cost more mana orbs to activate, so your clan will need to optimize mana orb usage across the entire fortress to ensure the best bang for your magical buck. Bonuses can only be deactivated if an enemy manages to destroy the building where it originates from. A building counts as destroyed if all the teams defending it are defeated during a siege's battle phase. To reactivate the bonus for future sieges, you will need to repair the building using florins. While destroyed buildings cannot use their native bonus, bonuses from other buildings will still apply. If there's a particular magic tower that is applying a powerful bonus to multiple buildings...
If it has been destroyed, why do you need to repair it? Does that mean multiple arena fusion multiple opponents could try to defeat you per week or per day? I thought after that team tries, maybe just before they move on to other stages, you immediately go repair it so that you still get the bonuses on other stages.
Focus your forces to knock it out. Only a clan leader or their deputies can activate bonuses for the stronghold, magic towers, and defense towers. Bonuses aren't just buffs to your champions though. Some will debuff those trying to topple your defenses. In short, protect your most powerful bonuses with strong defensive teams and launch precision strikes at enemy buildings that are applying bonuses to multiple areas. Look for those magic paths that indicate which buildings are being buffed by a magic tower and coordinate your troops accordingly. Sometimes, taking a detour around a particular post is a better tactical decision than bashing your head against it. Speaking of posts, let's return to those special battle conditions I mentioned earlier. At the beginning of a siege, each individual post will receive 3 random conditions from a wide pool. Like with bonuses, your stronghold level determines how many conditions you have access to. Conditions affect both defender and attacker, ranging from limiting the champions that can fight for a post to disabling entire effects like reviving, turn meterman.
It's so funny to see a grunt in arena, I tell you, it's so funny. It's because of the conditions. Only Ogre Trials factions can be used. Well, you do not need to meet these conditions, but if you do, you get these bonuses. So don't think that this is like Corset City where they just limit the pool of champion you can use for that content. No. This one is more open. You can use whatever you want. You can use your habitat, but if you put Ogre tribes there or all champions are immune to Tomita, all that, you get a lot of bonuses if you do.
Manipulation. With conditions, no 2 sieges will be the same. You don't have to be a clan leader or deputy to set a condition. Anyone who sets a defense team in a post can select its specific condition out of the 3 available. Just make sure you've got enough mana orbs to select the condition you want. We'll add a handy button that lists all the available conditions for the current siege and the posts where they can be applied. So coordinate, plan, and strategize together with your clan to see which teams will work best, considering the conditions available. And that's everything about the Clan Fortress. There's still tons to get through, so stay tuned for our next dedicated video where we'll cover the various phases of a siege, how you assign champions to defend, and the best ways for planning an assault. Hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified as soon as it comes out.
Interesting stuff, I tell you. I'm impressed by how it's implemented so far, but it's still too much. It's still a lot. But from what we can tell, it seems like tower defense now. Feels like tower defense, but you have control over the champions you put in there. If you meet those conditions, you get a lot of stat boost. You save a lot of those ores, and I'm beginning to even get the name wrong. The mana raising or whatever they call it. Save a lot of those new resources to boost up your defenses and attack and all that stuff. So all at the end, you're fighting all this we didn't hear about the resources. What are we getting at the end? Well, so far we've heard that this is the champion. So maybe in the part 2 of this video, when they release it, we'll hear more about other things we're getting for fighting this content. Because it seems like this video just talked about the mechanics. It didn't really say what are we going to benefit. So all these benefits we're seeing so far, is it just so they don't beat us? But the players, when we win, what do we get? Do I get legendary skill tomes? Do I get what? It's not yet clear what you get from those content. So maybe in part 2 of that video, when they release it, we'll get more information about it than just the battle mechanics and the stages and the defense mechanics and all that stuff. All right, that's all that is happening in raid this morning. I'll go ahead and start doing a little bit of my champion training to get started before Ice Golem starts tomorrow. Let me know in the comments below, does this calendar now make you want to go for the fusion, bearing in mind that you can skip 2 events that has 5 fragments each that you do not like, and still be able to complete this fusion comfortably. But take note, you will need to complete Summon Rush on the entirety if you lose 2 fragments from each, or if you want to go in there and pick only 5 fragments for Summon Rush, miss the 10, then complete everything else. That's all I have for you guys today. I'll be going live later in the day or after I post this video to chill a little bit, do a little bit of champion training, and then call it a day after I'm done with my dailies. All right, see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily raid content. Later, guys.